During the evening divine liturgy at the Greek Orthodox Church of St. Elias, located in the Christian neighborhood of Dweila in Damascus, a suicide bombing claimed the lives of at least 22 people and injured more than 50 others. It was one of the deadliest attacks against a Christian place of worship in the Syrian capital in recent years. The attack occurred around 6:30 p.m., as hundreds of faithful had gathered for prayer. According to the Syrian Interior Ministry, a man entered the church armed with a firearm and wearing an explosive belt. He opened fire on the congregation before detonating his explosives near the altar. A second explosion followed moments later near the entrance, suggesting the possibility of an accomplice. Eyewitnesses describe scenes of horror. Wooden pews shattered into splinters. Icons of saints were torn from the walls. Blood stained the stone floor, where just minutes earlier, hymns had risen in prayer. Zayed, a shopkeeper across the street, told reporters, "We heard shots, then a massive blast. Smoke and flames came out of the church windows. People were running, crying, calling out names. Emergency services and volunteers rushed to the scene. Survivors, many in shock and covered in dust, were escorted out of the ruined sanctuary. White-robed clergy walked among the wounded, some praying over the bodies of the deceased. The Greek Orthodox Patriarchate of Antioch, to which St. Elias Church belongs, released a solemn statement that night. The treacherous hand of evil has struck during the Holy Liturgy, claiming the lives of our brothers and sisters in Christ. We raise our hearts in prayer and ask all faithful around the world to join us in interceding for the souls of the departed, for the healing of the wounded, and for the peace of Syria." Authorities attributed the attack to a cell linked to the self-proclaimed Islamic State, ISIS. Though ISIS has yet to formally claim responsibility, Syrian officials stated that the method of the attack and intelligence gathered point clearly toward the group. This marks the first successful church suicide bombing in Damascus since the fall of former President Bashar al-Assad in December 2024. Though the Assad regime's departure was seen by many as a potential turning point, the transitional government led by President Ahmed al-Sharai now faces significant challenges in maintaining stability and protecting vulnerable religious communities. International condemnation came swiftly. The United Nations Special Envoy for Syria, Geir Pedersen, condemned the bombing as a heinous crime against worshippers. The European Union, the United States, and multiple Middle Eastern governments, including Lebanon, Jordan, and Egypt, expressed solidarity with Syria's Christian minority and called for strengthened security measures at religious sites. For the Christians of Damascus, the attack was not just an act of terror, it was a deep wound opened once again. The St. Elias Church, dedicated to the prophet Elijah, is more than a building. It is a place of hope, resilience, and faith. Its congregation includes families who have survived civil war, displacement, and economic collapse. Many of the victims had returned to Damascus only recently, trying to rebuild their lives in peace. One of the victims, 67-year-old Fadia Nasser, had reportedly spent the afternoon preparing food for the church's evening gathering. She was known in the community for her kindness and her faith. Her death, like so many others that day, leaves behind silence where once there was song. In light of the tragedy, Christian leaders throughout the Middle East have joined in calling for prayer. Churches across Syria, Lebanon, and beyond have held memorial services. The Vatican issued a brief message urging the faithful to stand in spiritual solidarity with the suffering members of Christ's body. In Damascus, amidst the rubble and sorrow, the bells of St. Elias rang once more the following morning, not in celebration, but in mourning. As one priest told a local reporter, "They tried to silence our prayers with violence, but even in blood, we will not stop praying." Let us join them in that prayer for the victims, for the survivors, for the families whose hearts are now broken, and for the people of Syria, that after so many years of war and loss, they may one day know lasting peace. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon them. May they rest in peace. Amen.